I think that for me, picking up the assistant is not only going through the CV and also going through the hard skills. I think it's also a feeling. When you come and you're not ready, nothing is going to save you. Not your diploma, no your CV, nothing.
What is the right way to grab your attention? Hi everyone, this is Tanya here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we have a very important topic for discussion. You always ask me, how do I make sure that I have stable income as a virtual assistant? And the way to do this is to ensure that you do a good job for your clients and to make sure that you have a long-term partnership with your clients. So the question is how to ensure that you have a long-term partnership with your clients. So today I have a special guest here, Anna. So Anna is actually having a huge background in corporate and also as an entrepreneur, and she has been working with assistants, with quite a few assistants already. So she is going to share her experience about what entrepreneurs are actually looking for in assistants and how to make sure that you are a successful virtual assistant and successfully work with your clients long term. So I hope you are excited for today's topic. Before we start, please sign up for my YouTube channel and like this video. So let's move on. Anna, please, can you introduce yourself first?
Yes, hello, my name is Anna Burdin, and yes, indeed, I have been in corporate world for a while. I worked in media business for more than 20 years. I know that it sounds very long, but at that time, media business was still very sexy, and I used to work for Euronews, NBC Universal, and Discovery Communication, which is today Warner Discovery. I also worked for almost 2 years for iQIYI, which is the biggest Chinese OTT, and now I'm Chief Commercial Officer for a cloud technology company based in Israel.
Amazing. Great. So, can you share your experience of working with assistants and, maybe some stories and how did you select them?
I think that for me, really picking up the assistant is not only, going through the CV and also going through the hard skills. I think it's also a feeling. And I think it's very important when you meet the person for the first time, and I think that the energy should match. For example, my best assistant ever had green hair, and when I had a meeting with her, like my question to her was like, "Sorry, why green hair?" And she just decided that she wanted to experiment. And she was fantastic. So imagine if I, would just pick you up only for her appearance or for something else. Maybe it wouldn't match. And sometimes I had interviews with assistants with fantastic CVs, and it was a complete disaster. And unfortunately, I had to fire a few during my career.
Yeah, I think it's a big misconception that right now people who are hiring assistants are actually looking at their CVs and resumes. To be honest, for me, I used to hire like that as well. But right now, I really look on how this person speaks during the interview,
Exactly.
whether our energy matches. And sometimes I don't even look at the resume. I mean, because you can basically write anything you want in the resume, but sometimes in reality, the collaboration is completely different.
Yeah, and I think that when you go to the interview, you need to prepare the questions. It's very important to ask the questions. If you think that the questions are silly, if you think that what else can I ask, always ask, even if you ask the same questions over and over again. Today you have Google, just Google it. What are the best interviews? What are the best interviews practice? What are the best questions during interviews? And go for something more original as well. You can also ask some personal questions. For example, or do you have kids? Shall I help you with kids? Or do I need to help you with your family somehow? Or do you have any preference for the theater? Shall I help you with the theater tickets, For example, my assistants, because I was expat for more than 7 years, so my whole family was relocated, and I had to have help with my family as well. And my assistants were helping me not only with my corporate stuff, but also with my doctor stuff for the family, for the translation for my family because they didn't speak the language, for the theater bookings, even holidays, and so on and so forth. So it's very important to show the interview that you have concerns, that you are interested. It's very important to show that you have read about the business, about the person, about the company. Because when you come and you're not ready, nothing is going to save you. Not your diploma, no your CV, nothing. I just can see that the person is not motivated to join me.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Recently, I had an interview with an assistant as well, and I asked him, what do you know about my company? And he said, sorry, I'm not ready right now, but if you will consider me to join the next round, then I will prepare. So after that, I was already ready to end the interview because I'm not really interested to continue. Of course, I didn't say this to him, but I said, thank you very much, and I will reach out to you if I decide to proceed. But actually, this ruins the whole impression, right?
For sure. Yeah. I think it kills everything.
Yeah.
And another funny story was when I had an interview, and I understand the person was relaxed and maybe not stressed, but I entered the interviewing room, and she was reading the book, and I'm the book reader, but I think it's just there were, things to do and not to do at the interview. And of course, like the first thing is like, so you're not really interested. You're just like, like on the walk, sitting on the bench and reading the book. So it was really, and believe me, I read a lot. But for me, it was something inappropriate in that particular moment.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point because entrepreneurs are actually looking for people who would care about them and about their company. And this is the problem that I hear from many entrepreneurs. They are able to find assistants who can do different things and different services for him, like A, B, C, D, but they don't really feel the connection. They don't really feel that this assistant actually cares about them and their company. So this is actually the main thing to ensure that your relationships are long term. Yeah.
I had a fantastic assistant here in Singapore, Wan Lee. By any chance, she's going to watch this channel. Wan Lee, one big love. You are the best, and I really felt being loved. I could really feel that she was taking care of me. And it's not only about bringing coffee, tea, and lunch, but she always knew how to handle my agenda in such a way that I could have some time to breathe, to go to the bathroom, just to change my ideas. And I think it's very, very important when you feel this care, because especially if you're in office or if you're virtual, it doesn't matter. You are handling somewhere the life and the health of this person. So if you're going to put meeting after meeting every 30 minutes, maybe your boss is not going to be here very quickly, So little things like this, I think, are very important.
Yes, and like Anna said, also don't forget to ask questions during the interviews, because this is also a major mistake when the entrepreneur asks you some questions, and they ask you, do you have questions for us? And then usually people say, oh yeah, everything is clear, I don't have anything to say. But actually this again shows that you are not really interested. You just take it as an interview to answer questions that are asked by the boss or by the entrepreneur, which is not really correct, because you need to be interested and to show your interest.
And from my personal experience, it's a little bit not the story about virtual assistants, but I think it's very useful. Sometimes the headhunters come to you, the companies come to you, and here you can feel yourself, oh, I'm a star, because suddenly everyone wants me. And then, for example, when someone asks you the question, why would you be motivated to work for me? you would say, but you came to me, I'm the star. And believe me, I was arrogant that myself, and I failed like fantastically the interviews. Even if you are hunted, even if people come to you for your skills, always find the reasons why you want to work. Don't think that you are the best, the cleverest, even if you are. Always assume that you still compete with someone and that you still need to sell yourself. So ask questions once again and come with the motivation, come with a story, and always come prepared to the question, why shall I hire you? I think it's also very important.
Yeah, it's really, really important. So can you share more, like, how do you usually manage expectations with your assistants? Is there any times where you share your expectations, or do you expect that they will ask you this question?
So for me, in my principle, my management principles are very straightforward. No problem solutions, that's number one. So for me, if you have a problem, come with a solution. And I always say it in advance. So I think the worst thing is when you enter the door or you call and like, that's it, that's the end of the world. What are we going to do? Even if it's the end of the world, there are still a couple of solutions how to survive. So come with the solutions. Or even if you say there is no solution, that's it. But at least you need to put it on the table. And from the second thing is also you need to be able to take decisions sometimes by yourself. Imagine, I don't know, you call the air company and the air company tells you, okay, you cannot put you on this seat, I can put you on the other seat. You cannot call your employer all the time, right? So take the decision for the seat yourself. Assume, even if you're going to make a mistake, you're going to show that your decision-making process is here, and it's much more valuable than, just wrong decisions.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think one of the biggest fears of assistants is that they are afraid to make a mistake. They always ask me, like, what will happen if I make a mistake, and if will my client fire me immediately? And I always say it can actually benefit you because if you show that you can bring solutions. So, for example, like, don't just come to the to your employer or to your client and say that we have just had like 100 followers unfollowed us on Instagram, what are we going to do? And you kind of like wait for your client to give you solutions.
Yeah.
But you can say, okay, we have this problem, but I have solution A, solution B, and solution C. I think the solution C is the fastest one, so how about we implement this? So it is completely different. So you are not like coming and waiting for solutions from your client, but you bring in the solutions yourself. So this way, even if you make a mistake, it can actually show to your clients that, wow, this person is really like solution oriented, proactive, and I can feel safe with them, even if something goes wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you come with a solution, always put money on it. If it costs something, come with a budget. Let's say we lost our followers, we can do the advertising, it's going to cost us 1,000. Or we can hire someone to fix the problem, it's going to cost us 500. But the downside is, so always come with the whole SWOT, so strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats for your solutions, and the budget. Because you're also going to save time for your client, because he's going to ask you the question, okay, good, but how much is going to cost me? So I think this is very good. Another thing that I don't like personally is when all of us, we always have sometimes genius ideas. We're like, oh yeah, we can do this, right? Before coming to your client with your brilliant idea, and maybe it's brilliant, once again, put it on the paper and put it in a business case or in the project line or something concrete that can look not as a crazy idea but as a prepared solution that can improve the business, can improve the agenda, and can do things like this, and you will look much more professional than just saying like, oh, I think that yes, I think that, but it's going to cost us, the timeline will be, and in 2 weeks, da 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 da. That's it.
Okay, so great. And what do you think if a person is a newbie and they don't really have much experience as an assistant? What is the right way to grab your attention?
To come prepared. I think
So basically, to follow whatever steps that you have mentioned.
yeah, or just come with your, as I said, ideas, but well prepared ideas. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. To error is human. Don't try to hide your mistakes, or don't try to put your mistake on someone else. Oh, it's not my fault. It's the fault of my neighbor, of my mother, of my cat, of my dog.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Those are the worst. So if you're sincere, if you're prepared, and if you're loyal, I think loyalty is very important. Even if you're virtual, but you show the loyalty, I think it's worth $1 million for sure.
Yeah. Even if you make mistakes, but your client actually knows that you care about them, that you value them, that working with them is really important for you, then the client will feel it.
Yeah.
So please, guys, don't be afraid to make mistakes. It is totally normal, and like I cannot remember anyone from my team that doesn't make mistakes. So I also always make mistakes. So it is completely normal, and don't be afraid of it. But like if we talk about the first interview, when the assistant is having their first interview with you, how to stand above the competition if you are a newbie? Just need to show the value.
Don't be greedy to invest in yourself. Don't be offended. It's not about you personally. It makes you go to the next level of your professional development.
Do you feel that your assistant should have a perfect English?